Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Okay, let's do it.
And Tiara.
Hi.
All right, we're back. This is episode 223, Strictly Business. A movie that Micah definitely picked, and it had nothing to do with me. I slowly have to remember that maybe this movie wasn't as funny as I thought it was. And I had to rent it twice, so that's on me. That's big on me.
Yep.
So this is about the 1991 film, Strictly Business, starring Tommy Davidson, Joseph C. Phillips, and Halle Berry, of course, about a uneven relationship between a big-time corporate exec named Wayman Tinsdale and his...
The third. There are two other niggas in that universe named Wayman Tinsdale.
In that universe, that's funny. And his buddy who works in the mailroom, Bobby, played by Tommy Davidson. They like one day at a business lunch, Wayman sees this very attractive young woman waiting tables there named what is her name in this movie? Natalie, played by the one and only Halle Berry. And he's like falling for her, so he wants to get introduced. And Bobby knows her. So I will go to Tiara first. This movie came out, I believe, on your birthday, or like it's like the year you were born or some shit, right?
This movie came out not too long after I was born, like maybe a week.
Maybe a week. Yeah, that's wild. So this movie was made in the celebration of your birth. This is a this is a present from director Kevin Hooks. What did you think of this film?
I thought it was a movie.
Hurtful.
It had a plot. It had a little bit of conflict. It had a pretty lady and also an evil, vindictive lady, which, by the way, don't ever call me stupid if we're in a relationship like that. I don't know why that part, like, really, like, I had this on, like, in the background. I was making lunch and then she called him stupid and I like stopped and I was like, what did she say? I thought it was cute. Yeah, I really don't have a lot to say about it other than I thought Tommy Davidson was, pretty funny. I was looking at Sam Jackson. I was like, how old was he in real life? He was 43.
Yeah, that's offensive, yo. Sam Jackson was a year older than I am right now in this movie. This nigga looks 65 years old. It's ridiculous.
It's like, this man has been playing the same role forever. It's amazing. It's your typical, like, sort of, I don't know if coming of age is the right thing to say, like, whack guy needs to get the cool guy's help to get the girl. And even though, like, the relationship to get the girl was a little weird, because I'm like, how did we get from here to here? Yeah, it was fine. And it was short, which was amazing.
Okay, I'll go to Micah, and then I will try to help this film out a little bit at the end.
In the preview episode, I said that I hadn't seen this. No, I have seen this. When I was watching it, I remembered certain parts of it.
Oh, no.
You'll have to forgive me for forgetting that I saw this, because this movie is incredibly forgettable. I don't... Look, I got a confession, guys. I don't think Tommy Davidson is that funny.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I thought you were going to say Halle Berry ain't that hot. I was like, yo, you got to relax.
Come on. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just like exit you from the show. Get out of here.
This was like the same year or the year before Boomerang came out, right?
It's like the year before, I think.
Okay.
This is really her first big role. Like, this is her first big role.
This movie sucks, yo. Like, this movie sucks. Like, it's not funny. And I love, like, this era, right? Of black people in the fucking 90s, man. Like, I love this era. And this movie stinks, yo. Like, at no point did I laugh.
Oh,
I've seen. There have been countless, Cyrano de Bergerac style movies, right? Where this lame guy wants this hot chick and needs, a fucking Quasimodo or whatever to help him out, right? Like I get it, right? But like Wayman sucks, Bobby sucks, the racist white guy sucks. Fucking Sam Rockwell is in this movie.
randomly.
He sucks. Sam Jackson. I mean, Sam Jackson was like, this was like the prototypical Steven for him, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Halle Berry looks good, but like, she looks good. Like, that's it, right? Like,
She's actually not in the movie nearly as much as I remembered.
She's not. Anne-Marie Johnson plays a bitch. Like, and Anne-Marie Johnson's really funny, man. Like, I didn't like her in this role. Yeah. And like, it sucks, man. It sucks. The only thing I really liked were the outrageous 90s fashion, because that brought me back, right? Like one dude, I remember distinctly in this movie, one dude had like a black and white striped shirt tucked into fucking acid wash jeans. I'm like, yeah, this nigga looks fly, right?
The 90s fashion was wild, dude. It's so bad.
90s fashion was fucking ridiculous, man. And and some of the music, but like,
the music's not bad. The music, the soundtrack wasn't bad.
Not bad. The music's not bad, but it's very generic New Jack Swing. Like it's not like, this movie sucks, yo. This movie sucks.
But Micah, have you ever been to Harlem?
Yes, I have. And I'm more like Wayman Tinsdale III than all of y'all, than both of y'all combined, right? But like, I've been to Harlem, nigga. God damn.
Oh man, that shit was funny. So I didn't think it sucked. It certainly was not as good as I remember. It is a sad representation of the beginning of the greatest era of black movies, in my opinion, which is the 90s, of like black sort of like light fair movies. This is rough. Like it's 1991, but it feels like it's like 1987, right? Like it's bad. In my experience in rewatching this movie, I was watching it, and then like I guess the gods were like, we're done with this, and my power went out. So I had to watch, quite literally, I had to watch the last 45 minutes of this movie laying in pitch black on my couch on my cell phone, which was fun. But that didn't help the movie. It certainly didn't. I mean, I didn't think it was horrible, but it certainly was not as good as I think I remember. Obviously, when I saw it the first time, I was probably like 12 years old. But it doesn't really. It doesn't really hold up to sort of the modern day, and it doesn't hold up very well against other like classic 90s movies. It just really doesn't.
Right. Even the poster sucks, yo. Even the poster sucks. Like look at this generic ass like you get nothing from this poster, yo. Like Halle Berry is just doing what Halle Berry did in this movie. Look good, right? You see Wayman there being a fucking dork, and then there's fucking Tommy Davidson doing what Tommy Davidson does.
Not even. He's just doing this.
Right. Just like what? Like what? I just.
Nah, you're a hater. You're a hater.
Nah, yeah, I am a hater. I hate this movie. This movie stinks, man. This movie sucks, yo. I did not like it.
We just got it. We
recommend this review.
We just got to get over the hour and a half threshold. That's all we got. We just gotta clear that hump. It's all downhill from there.
All right.
All right. Let's get into it. So the movie opens up with a couple of like kind of splash scenes of Bobby and Wayman sort of their morning routine. And, you know, Tiara, I'm sure you would appreciate this as a modern woman. Wayman likes to work out in an all gray sweatsuit with a towel around his neck.
Lame.
Nah, he looks cool. He looks
No.
great.
Lame. This nigga's a square.
I mean, he is.
Like, I'll say
is.
this: nothing in this movie made him more attractive to me. Not the scene where they do the whole like, yeah, let me take you shopping for some new clothes. I was like, you look ridiculous.
Yo,
Stop.
again, look. I will let you slander this movie. I will let you slander this movie. But Micah would 100% have worn that outfit, maybe even still today. So like,
I'd wear all of them. I wouldn't have turned down none of them. Get out of here,
nigga. Those outfits were wild. Like a pink suit with cartoons on it.
In no world is a man like Wayman getting a woman like Halle Berry. No.
Wow, that's offensive. Maybe he has a really good personality, or a large checkbook, or a large checkbook. You don't know. But no, he's a massive square. Tommy Davidson pretends to trip and fall to try to ask a woman out for a slice of pizza. It does not work. He shows up to work late. Fucking Joe Torre is working at the mailroom with the worst haircut I've ever seen. It looks like it's been cut like he had a bowl on his fucking head. So Joe Torre is there. It's some very weird, wild cameos in this, and you meet. I think Monroe is the boss, played by Samuel L. Jackson in the mailroom. And again, this dude is 1 year older than Micah and I are right now, which is unacceptable. Apparently, at 43, I will go completely gray. And dress like a fucking nerd. And he gives Bobby a hard time. He even goes on a rant about how he is, quote, the head nigga in charge, which is like, yeah, I see Sam Jackson wrote his own character description, which is fine for me. And so, yeah, he just kind of basically is like, look, you know, the only reason why you're here is because your boy Wayman Tinsdale is looking out for you. Like, you ain't shit. I want to fire your ass. Now get upstairs and deliver this package or whatever that you're supposed to. And then, you know, Joe Torre comes over again with his terrible haircut to be like, oh man, you fucking around. Like, you gonna get fired. Now the thing is with Bobby is he's trying to get into this. They work at a real estate broker's office, and he's trying to like go upstairs and like become an executive through this like young executive program. And Wayman is supposed to put him onto it, but hasn't done it yet, and it's been 2 years. You waiting around, Micah, while Wayman gives you the runaround? Your boy?
No, because it's obvious that Wayman does not think I'm good enough to be in this really bad movie. Like, I don't like this movie, yo. I really don't. It's just not. I mean, I guess some of the messages are.
It's a sharp,
you know,
satire. That's what Wikipedia said.
I guess some of the messages, you know, like,
you know, anyone can put anything on Wikipedia.
But, you know, like, hey, like, you know, stay black, I guess, is the message. Like don't try to assimilate with any of society. Not assimilate. Don't try to make it outside of blackness, I guess, is what they're saying. I don't know what this movie's saying, yo. I don't know what this movie's saying. Like, what is the point, yo?
I guess it's like stay black. Like, but it is a bit of a weird message, especially considering that this guy actually turned out to be a like conservative Republican in real life. So his character's probably not really that far off in who he is. But like, I
don't think he's acting.
Nah,
yeah, I would say like this wasn't.
No, this is like they brought the cameras from like The Office, and this is a documentary, like just a day in the life. But so the message, I guess, is a bit weird, right? Like this bizarre message about like stay black, but like what is staying black in this like world? Like dressing like you're going to the club all the time to like then I mean it's not like he's dating a white woman, he's dating a black woman at the opening of this movie. Like he's just a fucking square. It's not that he's necessarily not black, he's just a fucking square.
Right.
Like we do the Carlton quote, right? Like black is not what I'm trying to be. Black is who I am, right? Like,
right.
And we champion that shit, especially because like the three of us, I mean, I think I can speak for you, but like we don't act like a bunch of stereotypical niggas, right? Like, not that being a nigga is something like horrid, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like it's bad. It's actually it's quite bad at the messaging. I think. Like I think it doesn't quite know what it wants to be. I think it's trying to be like, you know, be the authentic you, but like I don't think Wayman is acting. Like that is the authentic him.
That's him. He is a square.
Right. Like in actuality, he becomes a less authentic version of himself to try to pick up Natalie. Right. Like he don't dress like that. He don't shop at whatever store they at Mondawmin Mall. Like he don't dress in that place.
Yo, Wayman has never seen a Shoe City. Yo, he's never seen a Shoe City.
No. He's his wherever he buys his car, his job is in fact not his credit. Like like this nigga has a real score. He has a real this guy's got a real bank account.
You don't know what Eastern Motors is, man.
Your car is your job is your credit.
Don't buy a car from a place where they're like, you got a job? All right, you can have a car. Like, what the fuck?
You want to check my credit? Nah, yo, your job is your credit. Like, you ain't even asked me where I work though. Like, nah, you good. You can afford a Porsche. Don't worry about it. They got a nigga stabbing people in his free time, telling you your job is your credit. Okay, all right, I can't wait to sign up. So we see Wayman is working on this big deal to sell to some Japanese people this building in Manhattan, the Savoy Towers, and like this is the big sort of MacGuffin of the movie that he's got to nail this deal in a couple of days. Bobby runs into Gary, played by Sam Rockwell. He finds out that Gary has been put in the young, you know, fucking dudes, this apprentice program. Sam Rockwell looks like he's 12 years old. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was for a while. I was like, I thought Sam Rockwell was in this movie.
Yeah, it turns out.
Like, oh, that's him.
Fucking weird. He's not even dancing in this. Yeah, who would know that Sam Rockwell would turn out to be one of the best actors of his generation from this movie? It's crazy. But he finds out he's in the young training program, and obviously Sam Rockwell is very white, and so Bobby gets a little pissed, and he's like, "How'd you get in?" You know, and he's like questioning him and stuff, and he's like, "Yo, I'm not even mad at you. You know, like, why am I pissed at you? Like you made it. Like, you know, good for you, right?" Which I think is the right response, right? Like that guy, like he's just doing his thing, whatever. And so he's like, he wants to talk to Wayman about why he hasn't made it. So meanwhile, Wayman is shining on a bunch of Japanese investors to get them to buy into this. We see this like jealous white guy that works with Wayman. He's a prick. I don't remember his name. Let's just call him a prick. And he's watching this whole Savoy Tower deal, and he's like, man, Wayman, he's black, and of course he's a bigot. Wayman goes to lunch.
A 90s black movie. It's a 90s black movie with a white villain. Of course, he's got to be a racist. I mean, this could be a fucking doc. This is part of the documentary.
Yes, of course it is. Wayman goes to lunch with one of the executives, and he sees Natalie working there, looking all fine. Look, 90s Halle Berry, unstoppable. Halle Berry, as I've often said on all of our shows, Halle Berry is so fucking attractive that if you don't think Halle Berry is attractive, you're a racist. There's no question. If you look at that woman and go, nah, I don't get it, you're a racist. Like, period. That she has reached that status. Automatic racist status if you don't think she's attractive. And she looks super good. She's got like a mad 90s haircut, which is just fucking super typical for 1991.
I like that 90s haircut.
Yeah, look, I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. Didn't say that. She looks amazing.
About to say. I mean, she looks like, the top of her head looks like a fucking mushroom, but like those are the only kind of mushrooms that I dig. Right?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we had a lot of girls in our high school with this haircut throughout our time.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. That was the thing.
I would like to think that Halle Berry went from the set of this movie to the set of Boomerang, because honestly, she probably could have just played the same character in both films.
I mean, she kind of did. I mean, she kind of did, she did Strictly Business, and in the same year she did The Last Boy Scout, which, she's even wearing this, like, the same, like, it looks like the same leather jacket she got murdered in The Last Boy Scout. She probably went there right after this movie. And then she did Boomerang in 1992, which is where her career really just fucking took off. But yeah, like, she was, she really was, she was really slumming it in this movie. After seeing Natalie, she drops a bunch of pictures of herself. She's like a model or what have you, because of course she is. And Wayman picks one of them up as he helps her like get all her stuff back in her bag. And so he holds onto that paper like some sort of creeper that goes to, follows people to their gym or whatever. But he holds on to that and he's just like, oh, this woman, she's so fucking sexy. I get it.
I get it.
I'm not above it. No, I know you get it. I know you get the sort of creeper, weird things that people do. You definitely understand Wayman's perspective.
It's just love. I mean, look, sometimes people express their love in different ways.
Love. Let's see what the court system has to say about that. Yeah, I think it's the second one. I think it's the second one. But
courts can't tell me anything. What I feel matters.
From 500 feet away. Yes, you're correct.
My lust is legal to me.
That is the shit someone says right before they stab a famous person.
That is the shit someone says when they are looking at someone, the object of their affection, from a balcony and masturbating.
Our pre-show conversations are fucking insane. They're absolutely insane. It would be worth recording those if it wouldn't get us in massive trouble with everyone, pretty much. Whatever. So when Wayman comes back from his creeper lunch, Bobby is in his office eating Chinese food, and Wayman is like, "It smells like a fast food explosion in here. I don't eat that nigger food from around the corner that you eat." And so he's like all pissed at him. He's like, "I could have had a client coming in here." He's like, "Yeah, you didn't." He's like, "But I could have. And I don't want to smell like the streets." And so he's just basically giving Wayman a hard time because he hasn't been pushed up into this young intern program. And basically Wayman is like, "Look, you dress too black." Basically, like, you need to try a little harder, stop using slang language, and then maybe I'll put you in. And I guess this is the message, like Wayman denying this young black man a chance because he's dressed too, quote, urban. But here's the thing: you work in a corporate office, dude. You're wearing a baseball cap backwards and a hoodie. You're making it hard for yourself. Look where you work.
Nah, you ain't keeping it real. You ain't keeping it real, Jay.
Yeah.
You ain't
Yeah, just like that Dave Chappelle skit. Just like that Dave Chappelle skit. Wu-Tang, and his ass was fucking pumping gas at the end of the day. Like, you want me to juggle watermelons for you? Yeah, like, that skit's still fucking hilarious. He's an asshole, but that skit's fucking hilarious. So then Wayman gets a call from Deidre, his ball and chain of a girlfriend. I find her character to be awful. Micah, you said that she was what's the word you use for women? A bitch.
That sounds like something you said.
No, she is a bitch.
Look,
Like her, that's her whole character's point.
Yeah, that's like the point of her character. Anne Marie Johnson plays Deirdre, and she's actually really funny.
Yeah, she is actually.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Because she's just playing. She's just not. Nobody was funny in this, guys. Nobody was funny in this.
I don't think Michael liked this movie at all.
No, I don't get the impression that he did.
I really didn't.
She was on a show called Matlock Police. That's weird. But she's basically like, look, we gotta go to dinner. And we got to meet at the squash court, like, because that's what rich black people do, right? Or what rich white people do that they're having these rich black people do also. Black people love squash. And she's like, but she's like treating this dude like shit. And he's clearly miserable in his relationship, which I don't understand.
She doesn't even love him.
She doesn't.
She doesn't love him.
Nah, yo. I would never be trying to marry somebody I didn't love. Like, that's crazy. Just to like get more money? Like, nah, that's weird.
I mean, it's weird because I'm like, she has money. Or her
right.
own.
Like, Deidre ain't no stay at home. Like, she got money.
Well,
Yeah,
she says to her friends that like the reason she's with him is because like she understands like that like their relationship isn't, built on like love and all that dumb shit.
Passion.
But that they make a good team. Very much like the Underwoods. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand it, but like that's originally kind of what marriage was, right? Like, yeah, except the two people getting married weren't even the part of the team, right? Like the families wanted to get together, and the families thought that they could, like who gives a fuck what the kids want, right?
Right. Just stay with him. I need a massive dowry.
Right.
That's it.
Look, I can't imagine. I can't imagine being in a relationship. Well, I can imagine being in a relationship where one person does not love the other, but
and you got the
that's
fuck
not
out
a
of
good
there.
relationship to be in, right?
Nah,
like,
you got the fuck out of there.
Like that's not healthy, man. That's not healthy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know.
Yeah, nigga, you do know. Yeah, you did the fucking the 40-yard dash the hell out of there when the time came. You're just smart. Yeah, this could have been you. Your wife calling you up in the office, calling you stupid. I know.
No, don't do that shit. By the way, don't never do that.
Yo, I agree with Tiara. Like, calling your spouse or your significant other stupid is like, yeah, that's one of the most offensive things you can say to somebody. Like, oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I'm stupid. All right, bet. See,
I mean,
you with me.
She was
yeah, you with me. Fuck
together too. Like she was like, or he was like, we've only been back together for 2 weeks. I'm like, 2 weeks? Good Lord, just end it, bruh, or whatever.
Yeah, it's nah. I'm good. No thanks. Bobby goes in the office late at night, and Monroe catches him as he's doing a bunch of copies, and he's like, "You are fucking fired. Get out." And then Wayman comes in, and he's like, "Oh, that's nothing to concern you with, Mr. Tinsdale." And he's like,
those are mine.
Yeah, and he's just like practically blowing Wayman. And Wayman covers for Bobby, and he's like, "Hey, these are my printouts, and it's for Natalie's club." And so he's like, "Yeah, no, this is for a client of mine. Like, it's totally fine." Like, Bobby was covering for me. And so then, like, he basically saves Bobby's job, and he's like, "Look, I need you to take me to meet this girl. Like, hook it up, brother." And they do a very awkward handshake because he's a fucking he's a square. Then God, this movie's not good. Wayman has a dream about Halle Berry. And then he wakes up and realizes he's late for his squash game, but of course he's probably going to have to change his pants because I'm sure he had he got a little too excited. So at the squash
nocturnal
game,
emissions. That's what that's called, Tiara. A nocturnal emission.
That I could have gone my whole life without learning that term.
I fucking hate you.
I love talking about like man shit with women that have no idea what the fuck, like, because you like, why would you ever know what the clinical term for a wet dream is called, right? It's a nocturnal emission.
Wait, did they not teach that in sex ed?
What?
Nocturnal
dudes
emission.
jizzing in their pants because they had a sexy dream.
I don't know.
That's crazy, dude. Baltimore City education has failed us. It's failed us.
They don't know that. Tiara, do you know what smegma is?
Yeah, you're being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous.
Only Micah could gross me out with things like this. No, Micah, I don't know what it is.
Don't respond to him. Just don't respond to this nigga.
So smegma.
Please, all right. Can we? I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you.
Look, man, I got to do something. I got to pad out the runtime of this movie. I don't know where you are, but I got to imagine you're like halfway through.
No, I just looked it up. I'm good. I'm good.
All right,
it's colloquially known as dick
no,
cheese.
No,
you're okay.
It's late, guys.
Very. And I really wanted to get through this episode quickly. So Deidre's at lunch after she plays squash with Wayman, and she's like, "Look, if you don't hurry up with us getting married, like we need to be married by summertime." And he's like, "Yo, relax." And she's like, "Oh,
that's the only time I can go on vacation."
Yeah, I'm
that's
like,
what she said.
She was like, "Look, make it happen." And so she walks out on him, and he's like, "Deidre, can anybody hear me?" And he's stuck in the squash court. Then we see Deidre going to lunch with her girlfriends. One of them being was that Kim Coles, right?
Yeah,
it's Kim Coles.
And you know, she's like, "Yeah, listen, I don't love Wayman's whack ass, and you know, I'm also whack. But we make a good team, like Mike was talking about." And Kim Cole's like, "What about romance, passion, sex that you can't stand up straight afterwards?" She's like, "I need that." Basically, like, I need that big dick. And she was like, "Oh, really? What has that gotten you?" What did she say? Like a sore back, like a venereal disease? Oh, like a sore back, a broken heart, and a yeast infection.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Like, is
like,
that how it is?
Like,
is that what ladies' brunches are all about? That's fucking sad, man.
I'm not telling our secrets. But I will say this, because is this like before or after the sex scene that we had between Wayman and Deidre? Because
that's gotta be way before, right?
I think it's before. That sex scene is fucking awful.
She was like, right there. Oh my god.
That's what reminded me that I had seen this movie before, right? And when Tommy Davidson's character is talking to Joseph in the car, he was like, she's probably one of them military broads. I was like, what? You know, left, right, left, hump, back, hump. I was like, oh, I remember this delivery. I didn't laugh then either.
That's sad. We see Bobby working through lunch to impress. And Monroe's like, "Oh, you must be on something or coming off it. Must be some powerful shit." And so like he's trying to make a real run for like this intern program. We see Gary get picked up by the the shitty white guy in a limo, because that's what rich people do, or town car. And he's like, yeah, look, man, I need you to stay away from that guy, because like, I'm a racist, and that's what racists do. Also, you need to be willing to do anything to keep this job. And he's like, yeah, I'm willing to do anything. I'm a team player. And he's like, all right, good. That's great. All right, I'm just going to let you out in the middle of the road. I don't give a fuck. Beat it. Which is fucked up.
Let him out on like the middle of a bridge or some shit.
Right. Like this guy was like, yo, how do I even get back? Meanwhile, Bobby had invited Wayman down to this club. He was like, look, Natalie will definitely be there. Like, you need to be there. Wayman shows up in his work suit with a trench coat, like some sort of pervert. Micah hates this scene because Wayman refuses to adopt 90s style, which is really sad.
I think I hate this movie because I see like I see myself as Wayman all too frequently in this movie. And,
it's asshole syndrome.
And I don't like a mirror being held up to me like this.
That makes sense.
And I see like it's very obvious who these two gentlemen are modeled after. If you are going to relate to anyone on this show, I am Wayman, right? Like the tall, successful dork, and Jay is Bobby, the mailroom dude with fucking jackets that are 8 sizes too big, and who gets all the honeys.
Is that who I am?
Is that right?
Is that who I am?
Did I use that? Right?
Yeah. I think there's a decent chance for people who've never seen the show who would think I'm very much more the Wayman Tinsdale of the two of us. I don't think I would wear a Brooks Brothers suit to a underground club in New York, but that's me. At the same time, yeah, I think Wayman. I think the only thing about me and Bobby that is similar is our height and perhaps our weight in 1991. That's about it. Like at no point would I ever be able to be nearly as good of a dancer as Tommy Davidson is not in this movie. Yeah, look, they go to this club and this is very weird, right? Like they're ordering drinks or whatever, and like you can tell what year it is because like niggas not even ordering Hennessy at this point. And Wayman's like, I'll have a club soda with lime because I'm an adult male. And everybody's having a good time. Everybody's dressed like 90s cardboard cutouts, including that fucking guy. And then there's like a random like Latin dude in the middle. For some reason, the camera's concentrating on him. And everybody's having a good time. Wayman looks like the massive square. Wow, that woman's outfit is fucking awful. Wayman is looking like the massive square that he is. Tiara, are you old enough to get into a club? Have you been to a club before? I don't know.
No, I've never been to a club. I just stay home and I watch whatever teenage girls watch. Because apparently I'm fucking 13 years old. Which also, by the way, I'm not old enough to get into a club. That means I'm also old enough to not know what a fucking smegma or whatever the fuck Michael was talking about is.
No, but you old now. You can get into like Silver Shadows.
Wow, you're 30 now. Yeah, you can get a 30 and over club card. Do you even know what a 30 and over club card is?
No, I don't.
That's 29. The most Baltimore shit of all time, yo.
Oh my god, yo! I guess it's like 50 and over club card now, right?
Oh, definitely. They got to change that. You got to upgrade that shit. Yeah, that was like there were certain clubs you could not get into unless you were 30 and over. I went to Silver Shadows once. For people who are not local, there used to be a club in Columbia, Maryland, called Silver Shadows, which was like I think it was 30 and over. And I went there once and I was like, This is the lamest fucking club I've ever been to. Nah, yo, adults are boring. Like older adults are boring. It was not a good club.
I love it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You love it?
I love it.
You love being boring?
I'm not a club person. I'm not a club person. I remember when I was between relationships, Jay and his lovely wife were trying to introduce me to a very, very lovely woman. And we went to a club that was owned by one of their friends' husbands. Some shit like that.
Oh,
and it was so fucking awkward, dude. Like, I am not a club person. This is the first time I'm meeting this woman. One, I'm incredibly intimidated by beautiful women, which is why I can relate to you, Tiara. And
that's the most underhanded shit I've ever heard someone say.
I'm just playing.
You know what?
I'm just playing.
Fuck you. I'm not intimidated by beautiful men. I'm just shy.
That's fucking funny.
And it was so awkward, yo, because like they treated us so great, right? Because like we had a corner, right? Like
we were in VIP, nigga. Like what the fuck?
Yo,
we had VIP. This was a club
bottle service, nigga. That was the first time I had ever seen bottle service. I was like, yo, what the
How
fuck?
old were you?
Like, why is it so smoky? Why is it? This was before I met my wife, yo. So it wasn't that long ago.
Like
I've only
30.
been married to my wife.
Oh yeah, he was like in his 30s. Yeah.
Yeah, not even before. This was when me and my wife were taking a break, right? And
yeah, that's right.
So this was at least like 6 or 7 years ago. Because I was like 30 or whatever. And that was the first time I had ever seen bottle service. I was like, why the fuck they light these sparklers inside, right? Like,
it's like, a fire hazard.
Yo, come on.
Like I felt like Wayman, yo. I felt like this dude, yo.
Yo, so that night
maybe that's why I don't like this movie.
Nah, yo, yeah, this is you like, getting dragged to the club every other night, scared.
I could definitely see you be like, y'all be going out on a weeknight? Y'all ain't got work in the morning? Aren't y'all gonna be tired?
Yeah, nigga. Like,
is that you?
Now, in fairness, I wouldn't have gone if it was a weeknight. I am also old. But this was like a Friday or Saturday night.
This is a Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, this is like Friday, Saturday night. But yeah, we had like unlimited bottle service because like we knew the owners. Because like that's the difference between being young and being older. Is like your friends own the club, and like it's a pretty nice club in Baltimore. And so like we could just go and have a good time. I'm like, I'm not paying $400 for a bottle of $100 vodka. I'm not impressed by that shit. Get the fuck. But like, I'll have it for free. Oh, is it cranberry juice? This is cool. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I drank. I drank the cranberry juice and the orange juice because I don't fucking drink. So,
there's nothing like trying to hit a girl up like, oh, what you drinking? Like, oh, I'm having a screwdriver. What you having? Orange juice, OJ, straight.
Right.
Straight.
I would like to say I wouldn't judge anyone.
Yes, you would.
If they
you would judge the shit out of me, and I get it.
You should.
I get it,
and you should. You should.
I get it. Yeah, but a club is not where I need to be when I'm being introduced to people. I'll go to one now with my wife. We'll go to the film.
Did you dance?
Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? First of all, I'm too tall to dance. Okay, I'm too tall to dance. I'm way too tall to dance. Okay, I'm way too tall to dance. You are lucky if you get a two-step out of me. The only time I danced ever in public, that's not like a chair dance. Like I'll chair dance all day long, right?
Your wedding doesn't count.
Chair dance, right?
Wedding doesn't count.
But huh?
She said your wedding doesn't count.
No, my wedding. That was it. That's the only.
Then it's zero. It's exactly 0 times.
So yeah, nah. And I don't plan on getting married again. So you ain't never seeing that shit.
So you're not gonna do like 10-year anniversary, get back out there, cut a rug. You're like, nah, we good.
So like no salsa and bachata nights with you and your wife.
It's that's a weird way of pronouncing sip and paint. Like that's what we would do. I'll sip and pay all night long.
That's so funny. Young people,
God.
listen to Tiara out in the dating world. Oh, let's go to a salsa bachata class. I'm like, yo, my knees hurt. Oh,
Right.
Oh,
I'm gonna sit on my ass and watch other people drink.
Those people are already Latin.
There are
Knock it off. That's not fair. They can't.
They be cheating, yo. They be cheating.
No, they've been doing this shit for 35 years. They gonna get my old decrepit ass out there trying to move my hips.
At any age.
I think the people that host those things just like they get fucking horny off of that shit, right? Like, and not just like the dancing, but like the dancing in front of people that don't know how to do it.
They're getting off on that.
Yeah, they're getting off on that shit, man. It's the closest thing to like straight up exhibitionism like you can get, right? Like fucking in public, right? Like let's
very sensual, yes.
Yeah, yo. Look, I get it. I get it. Yeah,
see, that's not okay. That's not okay. You stick with the person you came with, Tiara. This ain't a 70s key party. You stick with the people you came with. See, that's the problem with you young people. It's all over the place. All these open relationships with these dancers. Stick to the person you came with. And if you came alone, you leave alone. No, I've always wanted to do. My wife wants to do like salsa classes or whatever, and I'm open to it. I'm fine with it. Like, just make sure there's nobody there who knows me. Like, then it's fine. And don't record any of it. No, yo, I'm not. I am a fine dancer. Not like Halle Berry is fine. Like, not like that. I am fine. I am adequate when it comes to dancing. I can move my body in a way that would give the indication of a dance is happening, more than a two-step, but not much more than a two-step. Like I said in the preview episode, perhaps a three-step. That's about all you're going to get from me. That's
wow.
It's kind of sad. Look, dudes don't like to dance. We're too vulnerable, yo. Them niggas don't count. All right, them Spanish niggas don't count. It's not fair.
They're just trying.
They're not all Hispanic.
Whatever. If they can dance, look. If they can dance bachata well or salsa well, they Spanish. Like, that's just how it works. Like, for that evening, they Spanish. Look, you a Spanish white boy. You a Spanish nigga. Like, you a Spanish dude. Like, get out of here. You know how to do it. Fuck you. Get out of here. And see, that's why I want to take my wife. I don't need some Spanish dude. Like, I don't need Antonio Banderas out there showing me up. Like, nah, yo, go sit down somewhere.
Pushing up on your wife and shit.
Oh yeah, we changed partners over here, not over here, nigga. Go over there.
You don't need a Laz Alonso from The Boys coming up to her.
Nah, yo, absolutely not. No, take your Afro Latino ass over there. Go. No.
Look, I'll volunteer as tribute. I need help with my.
See, that's why women go, yo. That's why women go. Look, it's so funny. Like,
want to be grinded up on. I get it, right? Like, and people make. And
it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, no. Look down on me for the stuff I watch. Nah, yo, you just want to be grinded on and just not in a subway. Like, I get it. Like, I understand.
A public bus.
Not on a public bus, right? You don't want to be grinded up on a public bus. You want some fucking music on.
I want some Romeo Santos, and then I want someone to teach me some really cool bachata moves and spin me around, and I can go home. That's it.
Yo, I'm gonna need you to stop saying bachata. Like, is it bachata? Because it sounds too much like ciabatta, and I'm getting
That's the closest. Yo. That's the closest a married man in his 40s is gonna come to it. Yo, you getting Micah? Do you want to do bachata? I thought you were bringing home ciabatta rolls, man. I'm mad about it. That's the closest he gets.
Like, why are we here? I thought we were getting a ciabatta sandwich. No, Michael, we're here to learn bachata.
We was going dancing. To Panera Bread. What the fuck?
I ain't even wear the right shoes for this.
In a Panera Bread. God,
I ain't even wear the right shoes for this.
We haven't talked about this movie in like 10 minutes.
That's probably
because it's not good. Yo.
It's not good.
It's not good.
So we find out that the bad guys change the projections on the documents. The racist white guy got Gary, Sam Rockwell, to change the numbers on the proposal and turn it in, and screwed over Wayman. And now these Japanese people are like, nah, yo, like, we're pissed. This shit didn't work right. You fucked up. Meanwhile, Wayman is like heading to the club. Actually, before that, Wayman's like heading to the club. And he goes on a shopping date with Bobby. And like Micah said, he would wear all of these outfits because clearly in the 1990s, Micah had no actual vision. But yeah.
I would disagree. I would think you would have to have perfect vision to appreciate all of the different colors and patterns that don't go together.
So this dude is wearing like a Color Me Bad audition outfit. Like, this dude's got on
it's terrible.
A black and white striped shirt. Jesus.
What are you wearing, right? Are you wearing anything that's in this club? Or are you wearing a suit that looks like you have shoulder pauldrons sewn into the shoulders? Because the fucking suits, though, they make this dude look like a walking building, yo. Like, he's
90s was a rough time, man.
It was a rough time, man. Because, and some people still think like that's how you're supposed to wear a suit, like so that you look like a kite. Right, like the legs aren't tapered and shit. Like, suit pants do not need to blow in the breeze, yo. Like, they really don't. And you can tell a man of a certain age is. You can tell what age he is by the taper of his suit pant.
Yeah,
right?
And look,
like,
they also shouldn't look like skinny jeans, yo, and come up to halfway up your ankle, yo. Relax.
Right, like, it shouldn't be like. There's a trend right now where suit pants are basically jeggings that are high, that look like knickerbockers. Yeah, they're high waters, and I don't like that look, man. I don't like that look, right? Like, but I also don't look like I don't like the look of like a boot cut suit pant. You know what I'm saying? It don't work, yo. Like,
that's like a suit Michael Jordan would wear, yo. Like, yo,
right,
what do you got on, yo? Like, what you got on?
There's a happy medium between the two, yo.
Yo, so, a boot cut suit pant is ridiculous. Yo, I just went to a funeral. I just went to a funeral the other, like, maybe 3 weeks ago, and I just, because of the pandemic, like, I hadn't put on any dress clothes in fucking 2+ years. And I went to like put on a pair of pants. I was like, get rid of it. Get rid of it. I'm like, yo, why are these suit pants so ridiculous? And it was like what you were talking about. I was like, because that was the style for a minute. And I got like a bunch of pants. Like, I could tell when I was like fatter and then I was skinny. I was like, yo, why are these pants like 4 inches too wide? Like, what the fuck pants are these? And then the other pants, I'm like, nigga, you haven't been this size. You need to relax. Like, you haven't been this size like on your honeymoon. Like, that's been 11 years. You got to get rid of these. But Wayman eventually finds a decent look. I'm not even mad at it, honestly. I'm not mad at the look. He then tries to like pantomime how to talk like a black person in the mirror, and he's like, I'm coming at you live, baby. I'm like, all right, have you never heard a black person talk? Also, you can just talk like yourself. Like, right. That's okay.
So actually, funny thing, when I was looking at Joseph Phillips' Wikipedia, apparently he wrote a book about like talking like a white boy. Can't remember what the full title was, but it was about, being accused of sounding white.
I mean,
Oreo.
I mean, like, he does have that stereotypical voice. Look, I too suffer from it. It's an affliction that some of us deal with every day. I'm trying to get help on it. But like, dude, who gives a fuck? Like, I've never understood that argument of like talking light. It is such a tired trope. It is a tired trope to even complain about. It is a tired trope to give people a hard time about. You sound like how you sound. You sound like the people that you're around. Like, whatever. I like, some people think like people who sound like Wayman or sound like me affect a voice. No, this is my voice. Like, I'm not like, okay, it's time to turn it on. Like, that's no, this is how I talk. So it is what it is. It's a very weird argument, especially in 2022. I think it's like, I feel like more people have let that go, but
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it just seems ridiculous. But also at the same time, I hate when people purposely speak poor English. Like, that bothers me. I don't mean slang. I mean, like, quite literally, they speak, like, I know that they know the words and they just purposely do it. Like, I don't like that. Like, I think it's like, it makes you sound stupid. Like, please don't make yourself sound dumb on purpose. It's not cool. Wayman and Bobby go to this club, which definitely seems like a place you would get shot outside of. They go in. Wayman is very nervous about being patted down. I'm like, all right, so you've never been to a club in Baltimore before. Shit, I got patted down at Silver Shadows, and them niggas are 55 years old in there. Like, so a little weird. I don't remember who the group is at this club. Are they someone significant?
I can't remember what the song was.
Is it like Guy or Shy or one of those other names?
The Wikipedia says it features a young Sam Rockwell and the R&B group Jodeci before their musical success. Maybe it's Jodeci.
Nigga, are you serious? No, hold on. No, yo, I think they're trying to see. Is that fucking Casey? Is that JoJo? Like, I think that might be them. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. There's JoJo on the fucking end. Oh my god, those fucking two. Yeah, that fucking video of, what was it? I think it was JoJo on his like bodyguard's shoulders, like singing, and it was like, yo, let me have a piece of chicken while he was singing. Those niggas are ridiculous. Where was Casey? I can't remember. But so you see Natalie at this club, and she's talking to these older black dudes, and they will come into play later on. Wayman meets them. He comes off as a fucking square. Then we see a scene for some reason of these black women in the bathroom talking about they need a man who's got a job and a car, which is
and an APT. I was like, what the fuck is an APT?
Yeah, what's APT? I don't know.
Apartment.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it took me a minute.
I'm dumb.
Like, what the fuck is an APT? Like,
yeah. I was like, is that like
a home security system? Like,
right? Like, I was like, is it a test to make sure you don't have STDs? Like, I didn't know.
Nah, fuck that.
Ugh, gross. Wayman is sitting at the bar when Halle Berry shows up, and she's like, "Oh, enjoy yourself." Like, and she's giving him a look. Like, she likes his style. She likes the cut of his jib. No, and then as he's sitting there drinking his club soda, Isaiah Washington's psycho ass shows up. And he's like, yeah, oh, we drinking club soda with lime? That's cool. Let's get 2 shots of Black Label. Like, nigga, what the fuck? And then he's like, yeah, let's play some pool and drink Black Label. You ain't gonna just intimidate me to start doing shots. Like, that shit don't work. I'm a grown ass man. Yo, you come on, yo, let's do some shots. No. End of story. Credits.
But Jay, like some other things that have been pointed out recently, if you don't drink alcohol, then you're not much of a man.
Square.
Well, I'm a bitch.
Yeah, you are, you know. Well, I'm a You're a bitch for not drinking. I'm a weak bitch because I don't own a gun to protect my family, according to someone on YouTube comments last week. So we just a whole bunch of bitches. Like it just is what it is.
I mean, I'm not going to claim that, but
no, you shouldn't. No, he talking about us. He talking about us. That ain't no big deal. Fuck that dude. He's an idiot. Anyway, so Wayman gets super fucked up because he's had, I don't know, like 4 fucking shots of Black Label, which is probably not a good idea.
So what is Black Label again?
I believe. What's that? Yeah, I believe it's a whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, my guess is they're Johnny Walker Black Label, which, by the way, as a person who loves to drink brown liquor, not a fan of Johnny Walker. Just not.
I would just say it was a bottle that me and my college friends bought when we had a little extra money in our pockets. And we felt a little fancy.
Yeah.
You're more of a
and we would,
are you two more Terramana people, or?
I am not a Terramana.
Killer.
Yeah. I've never had it.
Even I do want to try it. I do want to try it.
I don't. Out of spite, I won't try it. out of pure spite, I will not try it.
What did that man ever do to you?
Annoy me. Annoy the shit out of me. No, I don't like Johnny Walker, man. Like it's got a weird aftertaste. It's just not. It's just not my preferred thing. I'm a bit of a hoity-toity person. I've been drinking a Japanese whiskey, which has been pretty good.
I can't get into whiskey because I don't know what a good brand is. I feel like I got to water it down.
Water it down.
Just drink it. I can't just drink it straight up. Yo, this shit is mad strong. Have hair on my chest and shit. Now tequila, I can like drink that shit like all day long. It's fine.
Nah, tequila is not my thing. No. See, that's how you got that's how you got to your Ciabatta class. Like drinking a bunch of tequila. You didn't even know how you got there.
I would say this: the guy from Outlander has a whiskey brand, and I may just need to just try to get into whiskey and buy.
I'm telling you, look, whiskeys are good. They get you where you need to go. Don't take a lot of time. That's all I'm saying. So then we see Halle Berry asks her boss, a young Dennis Leary, can she become partners in the club? And he's like, get the fuck out of here. And he basically screws her over later on. Wayman sends Natalie flowers. And he says, you're kind of cute, responding to her, who she said a similar thing to him earlier in the movie. Have you, Micah, ever sent a woman flowers?
Yes.
Not your wife.
No, not my wife. There was a you want to know how lame I am. I'm gonna be able to beat this story, but go ahead. There was a girl that I liked at when I was working at a Target, of all places, and I told her, that I liked her, and once again, unrequited love, and this was in my toxic days. I wrote her.
This was 7 years ago.
I wrote her.
We say toxic days. What do you mean? Your toxic days?
Well, I'm about to describe you. I'm about to describe it to you. This is the most toxic thing I've ever done to a woman. I wrote her a letter with the Vivian Green song lyrics for "Emotional Roller Coaster," saying that was what she was taking me on. Because she didn't like me and I liked her, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. That's more of an Aaron Grievances story, but we haven't done one of those in a week or two. So you get a freebie from me.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's not cool. Don't do that. Don't write fucking Vivian Green lyrics to a person.
How old were you?
Like. Nigga was 30.
Old enough to know better. I was working security at a Target. I was old enough to know better.
Nigga was 39 years old.
Nah, yo, like this was before I was like in my early 20s. Because I met what's her name in my mid 20s, so it was in my early 20s. But I was old enough to know better. Like that's no fucking excuse. You old enough to know.
No, I thought
a girl that you like Vivian Green lyrics talking about an emotional roller coaster. Get the fuck out of
she
here.
must have thought you were such a fucking loser, dude.
Yeah, buddy. Well, you know, I
Jesus.
was. She thought right. She was right.
She had you dead to rights. All right, I can't actually beat that. My story, my story is actually more just sweet and lame. But my excuse is I was a lot younger than you. I was not in my 20s. But yeah, that's what you do when you're in 20s. You're supposed to be lame and stupid. Everybody try to pretend they're so cool. They're not. Get the fuck out of here. I was in 8th grade and I met a girl. I don't remember how I met her, like through somebody I knew. And it was her birthday. And I had my mom pay for it because I'm in 8th grade. I don't have a job. I sent her a dozen roses. And we were not dating, 8th grade. You're not dating anyone 8th grade, but we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. And I called her to be like, hey, did you get the roses I sent? And she was like, oh yeah, they're so nice. And her mom was so impressed, that, you know, a nice young man would do such a thing. I just wanted to see her daughter's boobs. Let's get real. And, but I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. And I never did, but, I was so nervous that even after sending her the roses, I didn't ask her, like, did she want to be my girlfriend on the phone? I just chickened out and I never asked her. And years later, she turned out to be a friend of someone we went to high school with. And I've seen her at other things and like, we know each other or whatever. And I just saw her probably maybe 3 years ago. She was at my neighborhood fucking cookout because she's the niece of one of my neighbors. And I was like, oh, this is weird. Hey, remember me? I'm that loser who sent you that dozen roses when you were 13. It's like,
and I didn't get a thank you.
I didn't get a thank you. Didn't see a boob or anything. Fucking terrible.
Yeah, I am so glad that you and Mike could just say what you just said because I was about to be like, that is so adorable, but then y'all ruined it. Okay.
No, look, we are who we are.
That's why men are nice to women. It just is of a certain age, right?
Yeah,
like right, yeah, right. Is that of a certain age?
Yes, it's of a certain age.
Yeah, from like 13 to 55. Real pieces of shit. Like, real pieces of shit. We are, dude. We are. Like, unless it's a woman that you're like, nah, this is it. Nah, yo, we're generally kind of pieces of shit. Like, we just can hide it better to try to make something happen. That's it. That's the truth. That's the truth. Don't let these look, we out of the game. So we just throw all the dirt out there. They're like, don't let these young niggas lie to you. Oh, I got her roses because I care about her feelings. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah. I'm a big horticulturalist, and I want you to appreciate the roses that I sent you.
That I murdered and sent to you.
Right.
Oh, look. I will say many things on this podcast that will probably get me in trouble. But one thing I will not do to you is I will not lie. Like, I just won't.
This is true.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. Speaking of telling the truth, this episode is brought to you by Manscaped. Make sure you go to manscaped.com, use the code BLACK for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Look, the Lawnmower 4 is the dozen red roses of the entire Manscaped inventory. This thing shaves your balls. You get it's got a flashlight on it.
Shaft.
Yeah, go ahead.
It gets the base, it gets the shaft, it gets the perineum. That's do you know what the perineum is, DR?
Why? No, Micah. Why don't you?
It's not a man thing. It's a human thing. It's the area between the butthole and the genitalia.
Oh, I know.
It's
Okay,
the taint.
go continue.
The taint. It gets all that stuff, and you'll be able to see it because the Lawnmower 4.0 includes an LED flashlight. It's got a 4000K LED flashlight. That's pretty bright, guys. You'll be able to see what you're doing. It's waterproof. You can do it in the shower if that's what you want to do. You might clog up your drains depending on how often you use the product. So you'll have to use it to make sure that you keep everything slim and trim. You also get the Weed Whacker nose and ear trimmer because, especially when you get older, especially in the ears, man. The ears, you hear all that rustling and you turn around like, what the fuck was that? Right? Like, no, you just got hairy ass ears, so you need to take the Weed Whacker.
Or it's a pants fire coming because you haven't used the Lawnmower 4.
Exactly. And you get the Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner, which will get your balls smelling nice and good. Look, Father's Day is coming, and if you want your dad's balls to smell real good, go to manscaped.com and use the promo code BLACK.
There you go. All right, let's get through the last bit of this. So, fast forwarding a lot. Wayman is at this party. He's finally learned how to dress. He's got a good looking suit on, man. He's got like a burgundy sort of red suit with the black shirt. And Deidre is there, and she's like, Wayman, if you leave this party, we're done. And he was like, looked at Bobby and he was like, okay. And just bounced, and embarrassed Deidre, and she went after him, and she yelled, "You son of a! You get your black ass back here! I'm giving you 1, 2," and then you just hear tires squeal as they leave.
The next part is where I remembered that I had seen this movie. It took me where are we in the movie? Like an hour?
We're 53. We're 53 minutes in.
It took me 53 minutes to realize that, oh, yeah, I have seen this movie. That's how forgettable it is. But it was like the hump, back, hump, left, right, left. And Wayman was just laughing his ass off. And I that's the one thing from this movie that I remember.
There you
go. That scene. So,
yeah. So Wayman somehow moves heaven and earth and convinces Halle Berry to kiss him. And then they have what I would argue is the most awkward sex scene in an adult movie I've ever seen. Wayman is sitting at a chair that should be at a Kenny Shoes. It's like this, like it looks like the top of an ice cream cone. Like it's very weird.
It looks like the chair that my neighbor from across the street when I was a child, he was a drug dealer, and it was the 90s, and it looked like something that someone would have if they also had like a picture of a tiger on their wall.
100%. like a black satin picture of a tiger. Like,
yeah, like a chair that's a hand, right? Like
nigga.
That's
yo, that is a look that I will never be okay with. Yo, you guys had a chair with a hand? It's like holding your ass up. It's fucking weird, man. The 90s is a weird time. Yeah, it's a very, like, the aesthetics of her apartment are somewhere between weird 90s and like gothic. Like it's very strange.
The aesthetics of her apartment are like Vampire in Brooklyn.
Right, like it's very weird, dude. Like it's like it makes no sense. Like why are there like actual what are they, sconces on the wall? It's like with like flames. Like this shit is weird. She Wayman is sitting on the chair, this bizarre chair, and she starts to undress him, and like because of the way the scene is shot, like she undresses him, so you only see like the top of his chest and shoulders. So it looks like how a man would normally undress a woman in a sex scene, as he's just sitting there. It's very strange. Like it doesn't work well. And then she like kisses him, and this is probably the greatest moment of his life. Like, let's get real. And I mean like Joseph Phillips' life. Yeah, like this. Like he looks back on this and he's like, I'm a right wing asshole, but like, woo, the 90s was wild, son. For a minute, I was out there. He probably tells people he slept with Halle Berry. Like, I get it. They move to the bed. They have what I assume is lame square sex. But like again, she's got like candelabras and shit in her apartment. It's fucking strange. And so, like, they do their thing. Meanwhile, Natalie comes to see him the next day. He's freaking out because everything went wrong with the case, or with the real estate deal. And he treats Natalie like shit. And he's like, like Bobby got fired. Like, he's like, this happens to be the worst day of my life. And she's like, yeah, there's a lot of that going around. I heard Bobby got fired. And he's like, yeah, he deserved that shit. Fuck him. Like, he fucked me over. He screwed up. And she's like, I thought you guys were friends. He's like, hardly. Which makes him come off as a bit of a dick. Again, not acting, I feel like, maybe. And so Natalie walks away and she's like, drop dead, which is like the worst thing you could say in the 90s, I guess. Somehow, Wayman meets up with Bobby, realizes that the bad guys changed the numbers, and it wasn't Bobby's fault. And he's like
his secretary or something came in and was like, hey, that thing that you've been stressing out all morning, yeah, I've had that here the whole time. I've had our backup the whole time. Like, all right, this is some iffy ass writing for this iffy ass movie, but okay.
I'm a professional screenwriter. And so he goes and apologizes to Bobby, and he's like, hey man, I'm getting ready to quit this job. And Bobby's like, nah man, you can't quit. Like, you a brother on the inside. You got to stay there, man. That's how we going to make it or whatever. And he's like, look, you got to sell this building for like $45 million. Me, Bobby, local a club goer, I might have a hookup. I'll be right back. Like, I'll be there in 2 hours. Let me go find $45 million. Oh, really, Bobby? Like, what do you need this internship program for, motherfucker? Like, right. You know people with millions of dollars. It makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And so he's like, yeah, I'll check on you on Monday. I got people to see. And he's like, what are you going to do? And so he's like, look, man, leave Harlem before you get your ass whipped. And he's like, oh, I am in Harlem. This is gross. And he's like, I gotta go. Much like Micah, he's never been there before. So come to find out, the three gentlemen that he was talking to back in the day were the Hollerin brothers, and they own the Harlem National Bank. And they're like,
what are you doing? Like you said, yo, what are you doing hanging out with fucking Wayman Tinsdale III if you know niggas that own a bank?
Right. Can I work for y'all? Like, it's a bank in Harlem.
You want to be a junior broker. Exactly.
You know them well enough that you could pitch this idea to them, and they are like, okay, huh?
Yeah.
What is going on, movie?
I'm a professional screenwriter. So Wayman and Bobby set up this deal. They get the Hollerin brothers to actually buy this building, and everything is A-okay. And everybody drinks champagne, and everything's wonderful. The CEO comes in, and he's like, what are all these black people doing in my fucking office? And they're just like, yeah, no big deal, motherfucker. We just sold the Savoy Tower to these other black fellas. And he's like, well, don't just stand there. get me a glass of champagne. God damn it, boy. And so they do.
He's right. Don't just stand there, nigger. Get me a glass of champagne.
Right. I'm like, feels a bit offensive. Like, so then, coming back from lunch, Evil White Man and his buddy Gary, they get called out, and he's like, you like, what are you doing here, man? Like, like, how'd you guys sell the building? This is not fair. And Gary's like, yeah, they told me to change the report. I quit. This is fucked up. I shouldn't have done it. And so just he tries to fire Gary, and just as he's getting ready to call Wayman a nigger, like, Wayman all of a sudden punches him in the face. And that was that. I'm sorry, he was going to call Bobby a nigger.
Yeah, Bobby.
And so he punches that guy in the face. I guess my question is, they never fired the white guy, though. Like, he was just like, I'll see you, like, in my office. Like, but, like, that guy changed those numbers. You just saw that guy try to call a black person a nigger in front of everybody. And he was like, nah, but, like, you get another chance. like it's kind of wild. So, Wayman is doing well. He goes and apologizes to Natalie. He's like, my bad. And she's like,
oh, yeah. That was
like, oh, y'all in love. And she's like, get up before somebody sees you. He's like, I will not. I don't care if anyone sees me. I'm a fucking
I don't care
square.
who sees me. I don't care who sees me. I love you. Even though I've met you maybe once and we did it. And now I want to marry you. What's your last name again? Does she even have a last name in this movie? Does she even have a last name in this movie?
No.
Natalie Club. Natalie Club. Now, I will say this, and I think this is an important note. Yes, he is definitely head over heels for this woman, and he even sets it up so that she could get this club that she runs 50-50 with the Hollerin' Brothers, I guess, at the Savoy Tower or somewhere else. And they get together, and luckily for Wayman, this wasn't too much of an emotional roller coaster for him at the end of the day.
All right, it took a minute to get there, but I appreciate it.
So they all drive off into the sunset, and everything's great. That's the end of the movie.
Thank God.
The end.
Yeah, and at the end, the club opens. Halle Berry's there, looking super fine. And these two, they show up in suits, and it's okay because this is a club that you could do that in. So everybody is cool. I mean, these niggas are in suits, like they are, but like it's fine.
Yeah, it's a
message.
fly suit, right?
What the message is, I still don't know, but okay.
Like, I think the message is, like, even if you're a square, it really doesn't matter if Halle Berry is dating you. Like, you get a pass.
But he had to, even if you tried to not be a square, to get her to date you.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want if you got a beautiful woman and a bunch of money.
Yeah.
That's what the message is.
I mean, it's not an incorrect message. Like,
I didn't say it was a wrong message. I said it's fucked up. It's accurate as all get out, but
yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of fucked up, here comes Deidre and her girlfriends. They try to get into the club, and he calls them Teenage Mutant Negro chicken legs, which apparently is hilarious.
Was that funny? Was it?
I think it's funny. I think it is very funny to make jokes about people's personal appearances. I think we can all agree. He also said the R word at some point in this movie.
I mean, it's the 90s. Like, I expect all that shit to be said.
Unacceptable.
Is Tommy Davidson funny, guys? Is Tommy Davidson funny?
Yes. Tommy Davidson was funny on in
Living Color. He was
Yes,
funny
he was.
then.
Martin.
Who do you
I
play
like
in
him in
Martin?
Martin.
What was he
Varno
on?
Who you
Hill.
playing Martin?
Varno Hill.
Oh,
When he
right.
came-
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
He had the show. Jodeci was on the episode.
See, he probably called them because they were in this movie. He probably had their personal number.
Also,
I mean, I liked
him
him
in
as-
Proud Family.
I mean, I liked him as Cream Corn.
Yeah,
And
he was
Black
great as Cream
Dynamite?
Corn. Yeah, he was great.
He was great as Cream Corn.
Yeah, I feel
But-
like Tommy Davidson is a legitimately funny guy. Yes, I think that is true.
Who do you play in? Bamboozle? Sleep and Eat. All right, he was good in
Yeah.
Bamboozle.
He was actually great in that. I would argue.
Yeah, he was really, really good in Bamboozle.
Yo, he used to work at the storeroom of Heckinger's in Hyattsville, Maryland. Yeah, that's a
Nigga, what
that's
the fuck?
Yeah, I knew he spent some time in this area. Like he used to live in Silver Spring, Maryland, incidentally.
I know exactly where the Silver Spring, Tacoma Park, Sligo Middle. That's like 10 minutes away.
Yeah, he lived in Bethesda.
Chase. The Bethesda Chevy Chase High. You big money. You big money.
I think he was
going high with Bethesda.
Yeah, I was going to say he was adopted. He's a child of interracial adoption.
All right.
So, there you go. Yeah, fuck you, man.
He wasn't funny in this movie. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He wasn't funny in this movie. He's a little too try hard in this movie. And
I mean, this movie's
didn't
pretty early in his career. Shit, it's the second movie he's ever been in. So
says a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he got, like, in the 90s he was in his bag, but like more on TV than in films. All right, I think that is it for this episode. 223 for Strictly Business. We will pick something better next time. Mike, I'm very disappointed in your choice.
Man,
all right,
better go to hell.
Sam, man. So I just think next time you could do better. All right, that is it for us. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.
You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.